All right, you MC it.
All right. Welcome. We're at the Sunset 17 TV and podcast studio in Costa Mesa, brand new. I'm joined here by my lovely family, and we are going to be talking about our favorite moments from the recent trip that we just took to Norway. We were blessed to be able to go visit our extended family out in Norway, get to see them for the first time in 10 years and join them and see how they live life. So we're just going to be sharing some of our favorite moments from that. So I'm going to start, and I'm going to say my favorite moment from our Norway trip was when we hiked to the top of Mount Gustatoppen. I'm not exactly sure if I was saying that correctly, but Mount Gustatoppen, it was about 2 or 3 hours from Oslo. It was definitely a ride out there. It was not an easy place to get to. But when you get there, it was just one of the most beautiful mountains I've ever seen. We just hiked straight up the side of it, straight up the rocks and the snow. And when you finally made it to the top, just the view that you can get up from there and just the clean air and the visual it was amazing. So I'm very thankful that we were able to share that experience with our relatives out in Norway and that they showed us around out there like that. Mom, would you like to share your favorite experience from our recent trip to Norway?
I would. Thanks, Grant. That was a great part of it. I really enjoyed that too. But one of my favorite parts was the remembrance ceremony we had for Aunt Helga. It was at the edge of the Lake Mjøsa, which is one of the biggest lakes in Oslo, close to Oslo, and we had the whole family there and relatives, and it was wonderful. And my favorite part was when your cousin or second cousin, I guess it is, son of my cousin Edvard, sang Frank Sinatra song in honor of his great aunt, and then my uncle played the Casablanca songs for everybody on the piano, and told the story of how he and Helga had gone to Casablanca because that was her favorite movie, and he wanted to play those songs in Casablanca and for her, and that was such a special time they shared together. So that really was very memorable and something I'll always cherish.
Beautiful. I totally agree. All right, Dad, if you have anything else.
I do.
Those were two great moments.
There were two great moments, but I also have a great moment when Håkon, who is one of Annette's cousins, took us on a street hike through the parts of Norway or Oslo we had never seen before, and took us out of places and just told us about the history of what those parts of Norway were about in Oslo, and in the end, I still remember the best part was when everything was done. I looked at my Fitbit, and Håkon had actually generated more steps in his walk than I had in Grant's to the top of the mountain. So while climbing up all the snow had generated more energy, my Fitbit gave me more credit for Håkon's walk through the streets of Norway. And it was a great tour of Oslo. I enjoyed every minute of the trip.
I totally agree. It was a fantastic trip to Norway. We really appreciate all the Gorholts and Sandbakkens out there that kept us feeling at home out in Norway. And we hope to be back out there again, seeing all the relatives.
All right. Thanks.
Oh, it's awesome.